I remember a time when everyone was in love with Honkai Star Rail before the game became the land of the power creep. I'm just looking back at like old trailers. Was it the presentation back then? Or was it just more so like what changed? What exactly changed other than like power creep? And then obviously global passives was essentially the straw that broke the camel's back. But a lot of my passion for the game, it fell apart. It fell apart. And I genuinely do feel like it's more than just the honeymoon phase was the reason being why people fell in love with the game. Obviously older characters didn't get left behind. It was also really easy to skip characters just because, you know, a lot of people skip Jinyu on, and that didn't screw over your entire account if you skipped them, right? Now it feels like a lot of these characters are kind of like must pulls, right? Like if you don't have a Tribi, if you don't have Robin, if you don't have Sunday for your Glaya, you're just in a very tough spot. A lot of the like newer banners as well, they don't necessarily add anything new. They just kind of it's just better. Like a lot of characters will be just better. So yeah, I've been going through just like what changed. Like there was so much hype when these trailers would come out. I mean, they're still getting views, obviously, right? Like Honkai Star Rail is still gonna have its like audience. Even 250,000 from Tectone here a year ago. 20 million on Sparkle trailer. I don't know if this was an ad. Maybe this was shown as an ad, which is why it's at 20 million. But obviously every gacha is gonna have that honeymoon phase, right? Like every 4-star you get is gonna feel like it's just absolute peak, and it's just like, yo, I got an Eidolon for my 4-star. It's more than just that, and I can't quite put my finger on it exactly. So we do have a video. I did see this a while ago from Long Domu. It's called I Miss Honkai Star Rail, so I do want to see what he has to say. But going back to my tangent earlier, like I was just looking at so much old stuff. Like look at this. This is smack a year ago talking about Dan Hung. This is 4-star Dan Hung with Ruan Mei on the team, giving him resistance penetration, explaining to people the value of the character and how good resistance penetration is. Now it's like every time a character drops, they have resistance penetration. So it's just, it loses its value when all these characters are getting like the same type of like treatment. Even myself, just I spam Simulated Universe. I spam that game mode. I love that mode so much, right? Like I truly enjoyed making this video, going over how to get double Ron May occurrence to easily clear the hardest difficulty in Golden Gears. So yeah, stuff like that just kind of just doesn't exist anymore. What exactly has changed? But let's see what Long Domu has to say. Maybe he'll like, maybe the light bulb will go off in my head and I'll know exactly why I do feel the way that I feel about HSR. Yeah, let's see what he has to say. Let's get ready to do it.
Warning! Warning! Hot take incoming! Hot take incoming! You better watch out, this is a hot one! Honkai Star Rail is dog shit.
Help! Save me, tectone!
It's been over 2 years though since Honkai Star Rail was released to the public, and as a MiHoYo title it was no surprise that the game became a major hit that's still going strong till this day. But recently, the game started getting more backlash, with some people actually even quitting the game. I, for better or worse, have also quit the game, which is really concerning considering that you only need to slap some ass tits and mediocre gameplay for me to actually play the game. Which begs the question, what the hell happened? Was it the fact that the devs promised us less black screen white text and hit us with the white screen black text instead? Or was it the fact that the
That's low-key more recent, so no, that's not the issue. That's way more recent.
power creep has gotten so bad to the point that you have to get
Power creep's a part of it. Power creep's a part of it. You literally feel like you have to have almost all of these characters to be able to keep up with the power creep. So free to play low spender, it doesn't feel to be either one of those in Honkai Star Rail.
every new unit from every new patch, so you can actually clear endgame just to receive extra 160
If you're a
jades?
broke boy, just say so.
Or maybe the real problem is that there's still no goddamn skip button for this story. Like, can we kick Xiaoxi? All my homies hate Chelsea.
Apparently we are getting a skip button. If that's true, I low-key might come back and skip through the story. Like, holy, it's about damn time.
Spend a good amount of time thinking about this, using 110% of my brain power, analyzing every move, every shift in energy, every website, connecting all the dots, just trying to figure out how a game like Honkai Star Rail could have possibly fallen off this hard. And then it hit me. The game didn't fall off. We're just
Greedy and stupid.
I think we can all agree that Honkai Star Rail is heading into the wrong direction. It feels like the devs just don't really care about the game anymore, whether it's because they want players to play their other titles, or because their focus has shifted to upcoming projects. But man, I still
If you remember, during early HSR, everyone used to call the devs base. Everyone was like, yo, these devs are so base. And now this is where a lot of the PTSD comes from, right? Like, all this happened in Genshin. All of the Genshin refugees moved over to freaking HSR, and now it's like happening again in HSR, and a lot of those players are migrating over to like ZZZ and WUA. It's probably, it could potentially happen again a year later in either one of those games. So it's just like, this is where that PTSD comes from, especially with like a lot of these newer games coming out. I know we haven't seen any gameplay from NTE in a while, but Ananta, what was the other one? Silver Palace. A lot of those games are promising like better rates and everything, right? Even Ethereum Restart with the guaranteed banner. Like, oh man, I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe it is just a Hoyo thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if the same thing happens to WUA a year from now anyway.
remember fighting Cocolia with my shitty ass team and hearing the boss theme go, "We made a choice, go fight against your fate." Scenes like this made me completely forget that I was playing a quote-unquote free game. The production value,
I keep thinking this is my mouse on on his screen. I keep thinking this is my mouse. Oh my god, bro. When that played during the Bellabog story, oh, bro, the memories. Oh my god, dude. Holy. HSR just felt so peak. Bellabog / like Heart of Space Station was just so good. Bellabog is probably the best story arc they've had, honestly. It's so good. Oh my gosh, that just brought back so many memories. Like, I don't even know if it exists on Twitch. Maybe it's still on like YouTube somewhere, but like, if you go back and like listen to my reaction to playing the game for the first time, I'm like kid in a candy store. I'm like literally a kid in a candy store. Like, holy, like early HSR was so good.
Music, this sheer cinematic drama, it was literally insane. It felt like I was playing a full-blown AAA title disguised as a gacha game. Those were the times I was actually invested in. Those were the times where I had the most fun. Those were the times where I still jerked off to Kafka. Now
Okay.
she's not even in the story anymore.
Make purity greater.
Events were actually fun. Stuff like Ethereum Wars or the museum event really stood out.
Bro, someone brought this up.
Purity greater.
Events were actually fun. Stuff like
Someone brought this up, and I was in Gabi's chat. Ethereum Wars, because right now I know some people are not enjoying the I've seen it. Some people don't enjoy the current Wuthering Waves event, which is it's like the TFT event, and I've seen this floating around. Why didn't they just make an event where you essentially play as make a turn-based version of just playing as the Echoes, like Ethereum Wars, which is that's essentially what that was. That was such a peak game mode. It was so peak. Like, HSR events have like fallen off hard. If you are a newer HSR player, and like, I recommend going back and looking at footage of Ethereum Wars. It was insane. It was nuts.
Ethereum Wars or the museum event really stood out. They had gameplay, variety, and felt engaged.
Yo, the museum event wasn't even like insane, right? But like, I totally didn't mind doing it. Look at this, Ethereum Wars. This is like super effective against this, super effective against this. And then you're playing as enemies. You have your Trotter here who's like buffing you, I believe. I don't remember exactly. I'm sure he's gonna go over it maybe.
Engaging. Nowadays, I can barely remember what event even happened because they're just drowned in endless dialogue. It feels
Horrible. This is the March 7th event. Horrible. This was painful. I had to do it twice. because I was in the freaking beta, so I have to do it again. Oh my god, that was awful.
It's like I'm just stuck in a visual novel. If I really wanted to play a visual novel, I would have played the Fate series instead, because I actually get to there.
Whoa!
Speaking about dialogue, we all know the only reason why this game
Demonetized.
still doesn't have a skip button is because if they added one, the 8-hour story experience would suddenly shrink down to 2 hours with 15 minutes of cutscenes. Or actually, scrap the cutscenes, just add in the black screen white text. Think about it. Someone on the dev team actually sat there and said, the way, the players want more cutscenes. Wait, I have it. What if we just revert the colors? Also, we're posting a developer note saying we're working on a patch after. Because remember guys, we're just a small indie company after all. God, you're so smart. I hope the way enjoys his 9th yard. Even Simulated Universe is exciting. Not because I'm bad at the game. Okay, I was actually bad at the game. But because it was actually hard to do. Or when Swarm Disaster came out, I remember doing that over and over again. We don't get stuff like that anymore. These days I only do simulated.
You're not wrong, dude. Simulated Universe, when Swarm Disaster first came out, when what was the other one? It's wherever the occurrence comes from. I made a video on it a long time ago. What's this one? Golden Gears is what it's called. Golden Gears. Peak. I taught people how to get the double Ron May here, which like essentially makes it where you can just easily beat Conundrum 12. Like holy, Simulated Universe used to be so good. Oh my god.
The universe for free jades. It doesn't feel rewarding. It feels more like a chore than anything. The game had so much to offer, so much content overall. Everything was fresh, all the units were viable or at least playable. Nowadays, in order to play my favorite unit,
I was the Ching Chui main. Oh my gosh, I used to post so many Ching Chui videos. Holy, she was such a fun character, the Gamba character.
to fully invest into them with all the best supports in the game, only to end up doing no damage at all. Hoyo has a pattern. They're great at making a game fun and engaging during the first year. For example, Genshin Impact was really good at first. I mean, I played it for a bit and thought it was pretty fun. But after a while, it's like, nah, I don't want to play with
Some of that is the honeymoon phase. You definitely want to like make sure that you're aware that a lot of that's the honeymoon phase, building characters early, 4 stars being insanely viable. That is part of the honeymoon phase for sure.
you no more. It's like they've either forgotten how to make a good game, or they just don't care anymore and they're just there to milk the cow. And it actually shows, with the game progressively getting more predatory, dark pathing you into the Castorice banner and adding a goddamn spending event. Not to mention the HP inflation, practically forcing you to pull the next unit. Like I started when Blade came out. He's been benched since 2023. No wonder bro wants to kill himself. It's just sad how a game I once looked forward to, whether for the story, endgame content, or even events, has become something I hardly even play anymore. Which is why this video is sponsored by Wuthering Waves. So how do we actually fix the game? I'm not here just to trash it for the sake of it. The reason why I've been so critical is because I genuinely care about the game. I wouldn't be this passionate if I didn't like the game in the first place. So these are the things that I think could help make Honkai Star Rail a better game. Step 1. Kick Shao C! Like brother, I'd rather have a shorter, well-paced story than sit through constant lore dumps and over-explanations. This guy has been ruining Honkai Star Rail since he took over. Where did the glazing come from? This guy sucks ass! And why is the story 8 hours long? Step 2. Introduce a power ceiling. A power ceiling would stop the endless stat inflation and make team building about strategy, not just pulling the newest 5-star. Instead of brute forcing content with raw power, players would focus on more synergy, mechanics, and creative team comps. This idea is actually by Fletur. I have no clue how to spell your name, brother. He actually explains it really well. I'm gonna link his video about it down below. Step 3. Remove global passives.
That's not happening. They don't care.
Predatory enough. We don't need no global passives. I have Hoyo, listen. You guys make enough money. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Step 4. Wait, is this step 4? Add better events. Like, we all know that you guys can do that. We all know that you know how to do better. Dude, if I have to play this cookie clicker thingy again, I'm gonna fucking kill myself, honestly. On God, I'm gonna kill myself. On God. Step 5. Change the endgame cycle. This might be a hot take, but can we just speed up the endgame cycle? Like, I ain't trying to wait 40 days for Memory of Chaos, and we all know that Memory of Chaos is the best. Let me just get to the meat and potatoes a bit faster, you know what I mean? No one is excited for pure fiction.
I would love for HSR to become great again, for sure. I'm in the same boat, right? Like, This is where I used to be with Genshin until I just like actually just full on quit, where I just only hop on HSR just to do the in-game game modes and then pull meta units. That's literally like all I do on that game now. I just do the in-game game modes and maybe some of the events if they were combat event, and then I hop off. So I mean, I would love for them to bring more game modes like Ethereum Wars back. That game mode was so peak.
Or Apocalyptic Shadow.
It had story too.
Step 7. Simply quit the game. Yep. Quitting the game is the best solution. We all know that Hoyo knows how to make the game better. They've proven it before, like when ZZZ fully removed the TV system. But they won't actually do anything until enough people stop playing and the numbers start dropping. So are you gonna be a good boy and stop playing the game? Or are you a fucking slave to the system? I'm not gonna lie, I'm being a hypocrite here. I'm probably gonna come back for the fake color anyway, but for the time being, I will quit the game. But I still got an Axa. You know what? Just scrap all of this. Who fucking cares? Guys, just get a job.
Nah, that's a good video. That's a really good video. I've been wondering, like, what changed? What exactly changed? I've been sitting here having a dilemma going through like trailers. Was like I had so much hype for like all these like trailers back in the day. Like they were so like all this was so good. It was so good. Talking about Dan Hung being on a team with Ruan Mei, doing insane damage back then. Looking at just old videos of just that I just enjoyed making when I loved the game. So I mean, I don't know, like it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. E1 versus S1. I used to do that. That was great. Yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Why do you think Honkai Star Rail has fallen off, aside from power creep? Power creep's the obvious one, but yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Great video by Long Domo. I will link that down below. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.